We're bringing out the big guns on today's Performance TV. Alex Borla talks fuel injection technology, a quick fix for truck aerodynamics, and the lights, the pretty, pretty lights.
Of Performance TV. Tommy, you do a lot of drag racing, towing around the country. Fuel prices aren't getting any better. Pulling that 53-foot trailer, sure would like to save a little bit of money, maybe get some more fuel mileage. I think we found something here that can help us with that.
I do too. We got Jordan here from Micon Technologies. You brought us this AeroShield. How is this going to help improve our gas mileage and help us out a little bit towing around, save us a little money?
Well, it all comes down to aerodynamics. It deflects air over your trailer, preventing, an extra buildup of air in front of that trailer.
This mounts your tow vehicle. Air hits this, goes up over the trailer, and that way we lost a little drag, where we're going to pick up a little gas mileage.
Absolutely.
It looks simple. That's what I like about it. It's not something you have to throw in your truck and do a bunch of mounting and drilling, and it's something you can put on your truck anytime you want.
Yeah, 15 minutes is general install time. It takes no time at all, no tools.
No tools?
No tools.
We like that.
You don't need to modify your vehicle at all or anything as well.
So if it goes on that quickly, being able to take it off so that way if you need to put a vehicle, you have low clearance to get into a garage or whatever, it's going to take care of all that.
Absolutely, and even if you want to leave it on, it does collapse.
Yeah, you just move these little things here?
Yeah, you unscrew those and it just folds right down.
Oh, I like it.
Clearance is 6 inches on it once it's folded down. And
then when you're ready to go, lift it up.
To back up, aim it at the top of your trailer.
And then tighten these up when you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
They only come in black?
It actually comes in black and white.
All right.
And in 2 different sizes as well, but this is the full size for most towing.
Right, so for your big truck, your trailer.
Big truck and trailer, fifth wheel, yeah.
And it's pretty simple, like you said, no tools. It comes with the brackets, a couple straps. Yeah. Now, does it come with different brackets and straps for different type of vehicles?
Absolutely. There's several different types of brackets that hook into your vehicle. There's 3 for the most modern standard tow vehicles, but also some other ones for various other vehicles.
Lots of adjustments on here with the suction cups.
Yeah. Today we're installing on a Ford F-350 with a ribbed roof, so you can move the suction cups that are protecting the top of your vehicle in and out to accommodate for that.
All right, Jordan, why don't you go ahead, hand that up here to us. Look how light that is. So you don't have to worry about, putting a bunch of weight up here on the top of your truck.
Yeah, I like how light it is. Now, Jordan, does it matter where it goes and how far back or anything?
It should be as far back as possible while still being over the rear doors.
All right.
Let's center this up a little bit, Tommy.
I've pre-adjusted the suction cups to kind of be in place with the ribs.
And the suction cups do a pretty good job of holding this down, but that's not where we're really going to hold it down.
Yeah, the real security comes from the straps that you want to put through the 4 slots on the base. You just bring it through and down like that, and you want to make sure that your buckle is facing up.
Okay.
And then what you do is you grab your mounting hook. For this vehicle, we are using a number 8 mounting hook. There are several different kinds for all modern tow vehicles. And you put those on.
Now, Jordan, what is this actually made out of?
It's actually made of a high-impact ABS plastic and then aircraft-grade aluminum for the metal parts. What you're doing here is you're bringing these hooks in and clamping it onto the internal rain gutter portion here, wherever there's a metal solid lip. It's different on some vehicles, but most of the time it looks like this. Then you're going to bring your straps up to the buckle and through the middle portion.
Okay, go middle first.
Yeah, middle first. And
got that over there, Tommy?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm getting it, yeah.
And then you're going to cinch it up, bringing the buckle closer to the base.
Yeah, you want to keep that away from the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on the top buckle too, so it is avoiding that for the most part. And then you can bring the strap up through the top of the buckle just as an extra tie, and then you want to tighten her up.
Pulling it down.
Yeah, and then back through there. That's fairly secure. You want to do that on all 4 sides, and then you want to come back and adjust as well, because as you're doing each side, you're going to get a little bit of shifting.
I think I got mine first one on pretty good. Looks pretty good. Pretty simple. So far, Kathy, no tools. I'm liking it.
I know.
How you guys coming? I think I got my side all strapped down.
We're pretty much there too. Some people tie this extra strap down. What we also can do is just cut, leaving yourself some extra slack.
Now, Tommy, you're over there. What were you actually attaching to in here?
Right inside here. The hook's just going right inside here. How did you come up with where to attach the straps at?
It was actually a very popular kind of design in the 70s, and it attached using the external rain gutters. Then the auto industry changed things up, started reducing all the outside parts, and worked to an internal rain gutter. And what we did is design this system where you use different types of hooks to hook into the body of the vehicle.
Hey, what angle would I want to have this at?
Basically, you want to aim it at the top of your trailer, directly at the top, kind of a straight line. Usually what you do after you install it is you step back and look, and that's a popular way to do it now because no modification, toolless and everything.
You want to find out more? All you have to do is go to their website at icondirect.com, and we'll have more of Performance TV next.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by Low Carb Performance Products, is being brought to you by Bruin Brake Cables. Bruin cables are bear tough. And by Boss Noss. It's all about more power. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Have we got something for you today? This is Video Game Come to Life, the Call of Duty Black Ops Jeep. I mean, Kathy, really, what can we do to this thing to make it better?
Are you like dying to go to heaven up there?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy right now, yeah.
Believe it or not, there are a whole lot more things that we can do to this Jeep. And we're going to start off with Roy Ward from Extreme Outfitters by putting on some more gun mounts that work right into the original construction of this Jeep.
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. Tell us about your mounts that you have here and how you came up with them.
Well, this originally was built and designed for when we build and custom build hunting Jeeps. What we were focusing on is we were building the hunting Jeeps for people that want to go hunting and they have the weapons, but they're laying them in the seats, they're laying them in the floors,
yeah, they're not
they can't
secure.
find the weapons,
right.
Or somebody could be hurt. So we wanted to design a way for them to go ahead and have access to the actual weapons, easy, but to be secured.
Okay.
And that was, safety was really something we were concerned about.
We're going to hand this one off to Tommy. This is the one that goes into the back seat area, and you have used factory bolts and mounts and things that just makes it really easy. That's why we're going to let Tommy do this one.
Why, because it's easy?
Yeah, because it's easy.
I like this. We're gonna jazz her up a little bit.
The ones that I really like that you guys at Extreme Outfitters have come up with are the mounts that go right here into the original factory hinges for the doors. You want to talk about something that's easy to mount? Take a look at this. All we're going to have to do is just use our hinges here and one bolt.
All right, we're going to put this gun rack in here. And Roy, one of the neatest things I see about the products from Extreme Outfitters is you're using the factory mounts. You're not drilling any extra holes or anything. You use all the factory mounts.
That is correct.
So just slide this in. Use the same seat bolt bracket. Put one in that side. Put one on your side. And then we come up here and put two bolts in up here. This is a factory piece, right?
It's actually a factory setup at the same time.
That's the key to all your stuff is you don't have to use any auxiliary stuff. No drilling.
Simple 5-minute install. And also, if you've noticed, we've worked the design of this product to go around so you do not lose your cup holders.
Yeah, well, that's important.
Built around it and the stability of it, and everything is all adjustable.
Perfect. Hand me that little drill there and I'll zip these in.
You're done.
That is pretty simple. That's pretty slick. Hey, Kathy?
Yeah, we need some props for back there. That was amazing how fast that was.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
And there we go. I can do the other one the other way. Oh, it's multi-purpose. Look at that.
If you think that's easy, Tommy, wait till you see how I do this. Using the hinges here for the doors from the factory. This one's just going to slide right on in here like that. We just have one bolt that's going to hold this in.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Now, Roy, you've set these up so they'll work a couple of different ways, depending on what kind of guns the folks have, whether they want to set it up like this or how you have it so it can go down in like that as well and adjust the size up and down here.
Everything is fully adjustable, and then the way it's mounted, you put a little thought into all this stuff.
You know, and that's not the only mounts they have. Let's hop up front and I'm going to show you some more.
All right.
Like I told you, Tommy, we even have holsters for up here, and this, once again, from Extreme Outfitters, is going to work right into a lot of the factory mounts. Roy, let me go ahead and show the folks how that goes on.
All right.
How easy it slides right on in there.
Line it up with the factory bolt hole for the seat. Get her a start.
Now, Roy, this Jeep here is a showpiece for you, but you make all sorts of accessories for all types of Jeeps, all other vehicles. I mean, you guys have a little bit of something for everything, right?
Yes, sir, we do.
Tommy, have you taken a look around at this Jeep and seen all the great stuff in here?
Well, yeah, it's not only got all these accessories for holding your guns, going out hunting, but this thing's got a lot more than that.
There are a lot of special toys on here, and we're going to find out more about those from Extreme Outfitters coming up on Performance TV.
I'm here with one half of the Gerber team, well, otherwise known as the Roadster Shop. I'm here with Phil, and your brother Jeremy's the other half of the Roadster Shop. Where'd you guys get started?
Started growing up building go-karts, mini bikes, eventually got into some muscle cars, dune buggies, and Dad was about ready to get out of the body shop business, and we were kind of coming of age, so we got into the hot rod business and started doing it full time.
But you guys are known for a very distinctive look. I like to say it's kind of almost an industrial look. It's very clean, but it's tough.
Kind of like to do a little bit of concept car feel to the cars, have everything usable, not really too much ornamental pretty stuff. All our cars are built to be driven. I think the performance that they're capable of has been proven on the track time and time again.
Well, I know you said you have 100 projects, but could you just pick one that was your favorite?
I'd say probably the C1 RS Corvette here, or the Innovator Nova. Those were our two biggest builds to date, and just the level of creativity and uniqueness on the car, totally changing the car, enhancing it, and making it how we wanted.
What is it like working with your brother?
Oh, we actually get along really good. He runs the whole back end of the shop, and I do the whole front end, sales, marketing, accounting side. As long as things are moving forward and we're building cool cars, we're happy.
Well, he's Phil Gerber. He's one half of a great team of builders, the Roadster Shop, and this is his car life.
Whoa, blind. Welcome back to Performance TV, Roy. This thing's got some lights on it, let me tell you.
Did you say lights?
Woo, now those are nice. How many city blocks can you light up with
Probably
this?
about 2, yeah. The rigid lighting puts out some power.
Now, are those things that we can get from Extreme Outfitters?
Ma'am, you can.
So a lot of the stuff we're going to see here, or all of it, we can get from you guys. Starting, we have the Wench here.
Well, this is a couple years old, and back when they had this particular one, the 9.5, actually came gray. And when we repainted this Jeep in a black metallic, we actually took this apart and did a custom paint on it. We sell a lot of the Warrens, the synthetic rope, and then of course you've got the Factor 55 on the new piece here, and then the rigid lighting. Depending on your configuration and what you want to do, they have the light for you.
Roy, this isn't factory here.
No, kind of gives it that mean look, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Something that you guys have available
That
for
is
everyone?
correct. This is a fiberglass replacement for the front of the Jeeps on the J case.
Oh yeah, Kathy?
Yeah.
It's got a Hemi.
Oh, it's got a Hemi. Okay, well, I know he's in heaven now. I love how you use the rod ends here for hood pins. That
Push
right
and
on
pull.
down here. There we go. That is pretty special. What about this coating here? You guys started off with this, didn't you?
Yes, we actually started off as a spray and bed liner company. What we did is we listened to the customer and asked them what their complaints were on a custom build, but wanted the liners so the vehicle would last and with no rust, no problems. So we stepped it up a notch and we actually spray our pieces and then whatever color the customer wants. When we get done with that, we use a special clear coat and then we bake it. We've tested it, we've hit it with rocks, we've looked at durability as far as sun, as far as color shifting, easy to maintain, easy to wash, and always looks nice, and this is what we came up with.
Tommy mentioned Hemi. You guys are doing conversions with these.
Yes, we use Burnsville. They have a Hemi conversion kit. We drop either a 5.7 or we're actually working on a 6.4 392 right now, and they have all the pieces, the computers and the wiring. We get the Jeeps, we put it in, we get their product, install it.
There's a lot of pieces on here. They're just amazing and metal. I mean, we're talking about stuff all the way through this vehicle here and products that you can get from Extreme Outfitters.
Yes, yes, and then we can dress it up and change it and paint it whatever color and you want.
This is a very special piece from Extreme Outfitters.
Yes, we built that and designed it for the reservoir shocks for Fox shocks when we do the Terraflex lift kits on these things.
What makes it so much different than the ones that we would find out there on the market?
Well, what we looked at when we were developing this is we noticed that most of your clamps are two-piece. And if you've noticed on this one here is not. It is a single piece that actually comes up from the bottom, allows these two pieces to be bolted together, and you just tighten it with this bolt right here and you're finished.
And you have the little bit of green all over. This thing has nitrous on it.
Yes.
This is pretty cool, Roy.
That is your purge, and we did that a couple of different ways. Instead of just having the purge come out on the side, we actually set it up in the green color with the machine gun theme to work together.
Where's that button at?
Yeah, where's that button?
Red button?
Okay, I'll be good.
About the only thing that we can't probably get are these bullet holes here from Extreme Outfitters.
We did actually shoot this thing with a 9mm. My son-in-law is a Marine, and he's an ace when it comes to shooting, and we asked him to do something to make it look like this thing's been in battle. Once we finished painting it, we actually had an artist come in and airbrush.
That is really cool. And that's not the only thing that you've done to really make this a unique vehicle. These aren't original back seats. Isn't the back seat a bench?
Yes, it is, and a lot of people complain, mainly your grown-ups, of sitting back there and being very tight. And of course, operating things that we have on here, we developed a mount and used front factory seats from a Jeep to make them work back here. They do slide the same way as the factory front ones do and do recline.
Are you ever coming out of there?
No, I'm good. You guys keep going. I'm good.
You want to find out about all of these items, you just hop on your website, right, Roy?
We sell all these pieces and much more.
Okay, Extreme-Outfitters, that's Extreme with an X, extreme-outfitters.com. Roy, I want to thank you for showing this. We're going to have to pry Tommy out, though. That's going to be the problem. Okay, we'll have more coming up next on Performance TV.
This week's ARP Quarter Mile Quiz question comes from Jim in Mississippi. Jim asks, I can hear pro stockers changing gears, but not top fuelers. Why is that?
In a top fuel car, it has so much horsepower that we don't need a transmission. You could picture putting your street car in high gear and taking the clutch and letting it out and trying to take off. It'll kill the motor. But a top fuel car has so much horsepower that it can take off with the car already in high gear. It would actually slow us down having a transmission there and being able to shift gears. We apply all the power to the track right from the start. The clutch is kind of our transmission. We slip the clutch as we take off because you can't put 8,000 horsepower to the ground without spinning the tires. So we slip the clutch as we go down the track. There's a control module that we can speed the clutch up and slow it down to engage it and keep the tires hooked up to the racetrack without switching gears and have the full horsepower to the rear tires at all times.
If you have a question for the ARP Quarter Mile Quiz, send it to the address on the screen. If we use your question on the air, you'll receive an ARP Quarter Mile Quiz shirt. This edition of Performance TV, presented by Low Carb Performance Products, is being brought to you by Aeromotive, Sirius Fuel Systems, and by Bruin Brake Cables. Bruin cables are bare tough. And by Hurst, America's #1 shifter.
Welcome back to Performance TV. When we think about Borla, the world's most winningest exhaust, headers, exhaust systems, we think, Alex Borla, about getting the air out of the motors. But now Borla Industries is getting the air into the motors. And this is beautiful here. Tell me about fuel injection and why I would want to take carburetors off and put this on.
As we both know, an engine is nothing more than an air pump. And most of us drive these older cars that are carbureted, and we don't drive them every day. Every 3 months we get in and we try to run them. Find a carburetor is all full of goop, we have to take it apart, and in order to drive it, we have to play with it. Fuel injection is demonstrated to all of us because every car we drive today is fuel injected and really enhances the drivability of the car. It really enhances fuel economy. So, you know, fuel injection is a marvelous invention. Predominantly, there's a number of different types, but for these older cars, the two that are in play today are basically the batch or the sequential. Most of the fuel injection systems that you're going to find on these older cars are batch. I mean, what it basically means is that all the injectors fire at the same time, and the fuel waits behind the intake valve to open to basically time the engine.
And it's a pretty simple concept. It looks like we have not just one fuel line coming in, but it looks like there might be one going out.
The main difference in the fuel delivery system in these cars, especially with the fuel rails, is that the carburetor gets one line as a regulated fuel of about 3 to 5 pounds, and it fills up the bowl and it fires. These things run on much higher pressure, and in order to control that pressure, the fuel pressure regulator is on the outlet side of the fuel rail system, and the fuel actually goes back into the tank. And just like putting your finger on the end of a hose, you can raise the pressure in the fuel rail by stuffing it up, or if you open it up, the pressure drops and it goes back into the tank.
So what we would have here would be to be able to adjust on the regulator?
It's a fuel pressure regulator. It has an adjustment on it, plus it has a compensator on it for altitude and other things that are attached to the intake manifold, and the vacuum line goes to these.
Well, I know there's a lot of decisions being made very quickly by this computer here, and it looks like there are several sensors that are feeding the information to this. It looks like we have one of them right here.
The computer is a very, very smart device, and it needs to know the air density, basically the weight of the air per displacement. So this thing is a self-compensating unit. It actually measures the temperature of the air. Over here, it measures the temperature of the water. Throttle position sensor, it knows exactly how far you open the throttle, so much fuel you basically need. And the computer will actually compensate for all the variables to give give you the right amount of fuel at the right time that you need it.
Borla is building these for all different types of engine combinations. And what do you say we take a look at some of these that we have back here?
Absolutely. These are called throttle bodies, and we basically have 4 of them on this particular engine. Each one of these ports go to a specific cylinder. They're basically matched, and they're vacuum tested all across to make sure that they all have the same amount of vacuum.
What type of tolerance are you looking for?
We're looking within a half a pound. When these things are installed, they're idle properly, and they're very easy to adjust. This is a fuel injector. It's made up of an actuator, which could be a piezo actuator. It could be a little magnet that's inside. There's a little valve here. Depending on the electrical impulses that come through these wires, this thing basically opens and closes, and it fits in the throttle body. And the way this thing decides whether it's going to put more fuel in or less is that the computer tells it how long to be open. Bear in mind that the fuel rail is under pressure all the time. So every time this thing opens, there's fuel coming out of it. And then we have air horns, which basically help the air get inside, because through these sharp edges, the air will not flow properly. So you need a transition for the air to flow properly into these units. These air horns come in different shapes and sizes. You can have longer ones, you can have shorter ones. You can put air filters on top of these, depending on how much clearance you really have underneath your hood.
And you are making all of this right here in-house?
We make every single part you see in here, from the tiniest little part
right down to the regulator.
It is one of the smallest, if not the smallest, fuel pressure regulator in the market. The Sports Car Club of America uses exclusively to control their venues, and every part of this is made here as well.
I'm really liking this back here. This is a piece of art.
This is a cross flow versus a straight downdraft. A lot of reasons why this is the way it is. The runners are longer, if you can tell. The longer the runner, the better the torque characteristic of the engine, the better the drivability. You can't fit very long runners under the hood because of the height. So by turning them, you can actually get longer runners at a lower profile in the engine.
You guys are looking at putting all of the computer electronics in here?
This particular system has an Easy EFI, which is sold by Competition Cam. It's a fantastic unit, but it's very laborious to put in. It has miles and miles of wires. So we're trying to consolidate the electronics into the unit itself and save the buyer of these units the pain and labor to install it.
You want to find out more about the new Borla fuel injection system? Just hop on their website at Borla.com, where you can also find out about the world's most winning exhaust. And Alex, thank you for explaining all this. That's all we have time for on this week. We'll see you next time around on Performance TV.
Thank you.